Vimukti Jayasundara, the producer of the movie, Neela Madhav and also the actor of the movie, Indira Tiwari, with us. So, before we begin, I would like to give you a brief synopsis of the movie. Scientist Anandi visits Hanuman Island to perform the last rites ritual for her father. She is immediately placed in quarantine in a remote hotel due to a pandemic caused by a machine dominant world. When a mysterious star starts following her, she escapes and seeks refuge with a mother and her transgender daughter. So, the movie, as we know, is noted for its atmospheric storytelling, focus on the mood and environment. Visuals and sound play major role, immersing viewers to the future world and Anandi's internal struggles. So now let's watch the trailer of the movie.
Are you afraid of the darkness?
I'm in total darkness these days.
His vibe test is negative. She's a scientist.
If exposed to it, the virus remains dormant for about 2 or more weeks. And if infected, the symptoms will show. So we'll have to quarantine you.
Madam, if you want, you can walk around in the authorized area. You don't have to stay in your room all day.
Human Associate X734198. Connected.
The High Commanding Observer alerts that you are already a part of this machine-dominated world which you have created. You must continue to help us create a perfect world without human errors. We have identified your emotion of guilt is linked to your father's death.
What? I did not kill him. He died a natural death.
He is no more, and now you have no attachment on Earth.
So that was a very intense, emotional trailer. So the movie is a co-production of France, India, and Sri Lanka, and that's truly reflected in the quality that it has. So we would like to know more about the movie from the team itself. So starting with the director Vimukti, we would like to know your experience and your thoughts on it.
Thank you very much. Um, well, I've been here a couple of years ago during the pandemic, and I think it was just when was exactly the last festival we were together, Julie? Yeah, I mean, the festival had scaled down because of the pandemic. You know,
Yeah.
people coming back to work, and
Yeah.
so we were jury together, and then so I had this idea in my mind, making a film about the pandemic and about the technology, and so that's how we start communicating each other. And actually, true hero of the film, it's him.
Okay.
Thanks to him, we became good friends since the festival, and then eventually we developed the script, and then he said, "Okay, I'll produce the film," and that's
Okay.
how. So the Goa is very significant for the film.
Yeah,
So
yeah.
coming back to
Goa
and having a
itself,
gala event
yeah.
is wonderful for me. So thank you, producers. So the technology is I mean, we all know without any device we can't exist. We are supported with the device. You know, we have to have something in our hand all the time.
Yeah.
And I think we have also most importantly, we have lost our mind
Mm.
to the technology.
Yes.
Very first time in the human history.
Yeah.
So we no longer believe in our intelligence. We more start going to believe on something
Technology.
else.
Yeah.
So that is like almost like a invade of an aliens, you
Mm.
know, and coming and aliens. If the aliens come and if it does, they would not attack us. They will first attack technology and take. They can know us through the technology, and they will quickly know. So I think that's a. It seems like nobody really talk about it, but it's happening in the mass scale
Mm.
in a very big way. Almost all the corporates involved with this.
Yeah.
So I think it's important to make a film about this as human being right now. We are going to have a fight between robotic world and as human between human and so that's about the film actually. Yes.
So that is like IFFI has been the reason for this particular bond to develop, and they're coming back to IFFI to display the movie. So that's a perfect coincidence, I would say. A product of IFFI itself. Okay. So, like as Vimukti said, it is Neela who takes all the credit for the good part of the movie. So, we would like to know your thoughts on this, the creation that you.
Yes, sometime one should accept that glory also. I mean, I'll tell you, I have more reasons to accept it because making an indie film is just too much of a struggle. And I, being an independent filmmaker, have seen that struggle so much. It's like you're looking for a mother to carry you forward, but there's nobody there to hold you, you know. And I thought what Bimukti brings in on the table is just imagine the journey from in last just 3 years, how far we have reached in terms of technology. But here is an artist. All the credit goes to, of course, Bimukti, the director, writer of the film. Somebody comes and say that, hey, I mean, technology is fine, development is fine, but here is a spirituality, converging that technology into spirituality and, doing a nice thread of emotion in the film. It's an incredible way to telling a story. And I honestly say I can't make a film like that because he has got a in-depth visual expressions and sound expressions how you tell that story. So that's what every frame speaks about that, how you do that convergence in a story. I think that was the incredible part what I liked when he narrated just in one line. I said like, wow, can this be made? And sometimes you read a story, you hear a story, and you feel it's difficult to make. And today, yeah, by God's grace, thank you so much, Bimukti and Indira and all our team that we are here with the film.
Okay. So, like the vision that they had, but it came to life because Indira, as well as the other cast, was really like strong in their portrayal of the characters. So, Indira, how was your experience of portraying this very raw but intense character?
First of all, thank you, Iffy, and thank you so much, Vimukti sir and Neela sir, because these kind of scripts are the dreams. Because this is not just the script. As spying stars, you can see it's a journey from, as we said, spying the machines and whatever the things are going on in a speed. We are in hurry. We wanted to reach somewhere. We don't know. We are giving all our access to something. And if we can reach up to the stars, which is very natural, which is very organic, which is something where we can dream of things. It's slow, it's natural, and you can live your life to the fullest. You'll be present. So first of all, these script, I love the way the scripting, the way they have bring the theme to, and as an Anandi, it was really very intense because the characters, if you have watched the film, maybe you have watched or maybe you will watch, 40 minutes, it's 90 minutes, but 40 minutes Anandi is not talking anything. She was just there. And in our own life, if you can see those characters who are living their life in that zone, they are alone. But they want to be somewhere. But who are the people, वो क्या हो रहा है लाइफ में, कुछ पता नहीं चल रहा है. So in that zone, if you can find a place where you can be yourself with that essence, so this film gives me a lot as a human being, as an artist, and as Anandi also, because it's really fun. It's raw, it's intense. We have shot this in Sri Lanka. The way we are having discussion while we are shooting it, the sir, whenever the sir gives notes, and we have reached from script to the scenes, and we have executed it in a way that it's here. Now I can sense, okay, I am also being more aware to my life now, and small changes I'm doing to reach out that place, that whatever the we wanted to give it to the audience, it should be reflected in my life also, in my area. And if we can work around our area for our future and give these kind of films to our youth, this is the most precious gift what we can give as an artist, I guess.
So I would like to give the fact that the world premiere of the movie happened at the Busan International Film Festival in South Korea, which is like a big opening to the movie. So that way, I think if the team can also talk about the international element that is it has, and also the response that the international audience gave after that world premiere and all of that. If any one of you can talk about it.
Well, I think to start with a tier 1, tier 2 festival always gives a great opportunity for the film to get noticed, get distribution, get sold, because ultimately the idea of the film is to reach out as much as we can, because a film is made for the audience. And festival like Busan always gives that opportunity, any of this festival. And we got a tremendous response. I think there were a lot of excitement and a lot of talks around the film. It was in the competition. This was the first year Busan had opened a competition section, so it was wonderful.
Thank you. So we would now like to have questions from the audience based on your review of the movie and your experience of watching it and all of that. Please.
Hello. First of all, congratulations for the movie. I just like to know, want to know that why Sri Lanka has been chosen to shoot the movie. Is there any particular reason, or you can?
Yes. Well, I mean, I'm from Sri Lanka, but not just because that I'm from Sri Lanka, we want to do the film, but especially this location that I was looking at, when I was writing the screenplay, I wanted to have a kind of, sci-fi, a place where almost like edge of the world, like a no man's land, sort of a place where I can be in a space, connected with space. Where it's in a mountain range, it's called Knuckles, in the middle of the country. And you look like, if you go there, you feel like kind of alienated sort of a mountain range. So where you connected both the space, when you look down, it's the earth, it's beautiful earth, the forest, and then look up, it's beautiful sky. So I wanted to have these two connections. That was the reason, Sri Lanka. And also it's called Hanuman Island. So there's a historical, it's on that, yes.
I want to add on to that why that place has to be the location for the film, because the first day I reached, and on the way I asked the driver, whenever I get down and saw, it was always windy, as if you are in a different planet. I've never seen a place where 24/7 it's that kind of wind. And we go stay in a beautiful villa, and whole night you could hear the strong buzz of the trees sound. I could not sleep. It was very eerie, as if you are in another planet.
Okay. That's interesting to know
you.
because
My next question is to Indira. How difficult was your role? Because as we are going through the short film, so I felt that it was very intense. So how difficult it was for you to portray the character?
So, as Anandi was written, and we are going through the script reading and we are discussing things, that time we are just hearing about the whole sum of the project. But when we are reached to a place, I have this feeling when you are not concentrating more of yourself, but you are aware of your space and giving things to others, your character comes through other people, not by yourself. So I have this particular thing like 40 minutes I'm not talking, and it's very intense because if you are expressing your things, if you're going through something but you're not going through inside you, it's very difficult. You are giving everything outside. But this is difficult because the style of working, the way Vimukti sir's film, I have watched some of bits and pieces. I have not watched the whole film, but in bits and pieces, I got to know his style of working. And as in, I'm coming from theater. I'm doing theater. I have done my master's from National School of Drama, and then films. The kind of films, the kind of directors I have worked with, they have a different kind of style. His style is totally different. I love the way when he said, "Not much, don't do too much. We have to be cut it down with this much small nuances. We have to go like this. Indra, I need this. Anandi should be like this." Those notes bring so much into me. Like, okay, this is very important because when you're just slightly moving your eye like this and you are thinking something, you are go too deeper. And Anandi, we got Anandi like that only. So I'm concentrating or to the other characters, and we are shooting that place. It's a magical place. And I wanted to tell this because I'm hearing Neela sir, and I'm excited to tell that at some point we are shooting some particular scene, and we are just discussing. Okay, we need that lightning. 15 minutes, like in 10 minutes, we got the lightning.
Oh.
So it has this feeling of someone is, if you are pure, because that place is pure.
Yeah.
As a human, if you're pure, you are thinking, you are aligned with the nature, they will listen to you. So it was amazing. As a
Yeah.
human being, I'm like thrilled. Goosebumps come, and I thought, oh, it's a magical place. But yeah, all these comes from him, his notes, the way he has imagined, or maybe he has, I think he said one day, Anandi, because Anandi is a male character in the previous, when he was thinking about.
Okay. Okay.
Then he shifted to something. And he said, I have this particular thing, but you'll go. He gave me space. At the same time, whenever something needs, he just give me that small pinch off, and we got this. So yeah, difficult, but it's fun.
So, like we have in the movie, we have a pandemic in the movie. So, did the real pandemic of COVID become an influence for that, or during that period you process the thoughts or something like that? Or
Yeah.
it's just a coincidence that we
No, it's
get the connection
because, as I said,
Yeah.
I met him during the we were
during
at
the
the fest, yeah.
pandemic? Okay.
So the pandemic was definitely an important
Important,
element,
Okay.
But then I didn't want to do a film about a pandemic, and there
Okay.
was a wave of film came about a pandemic. But
Okay.
I saw that there is something underneath. There is something else is about to come at that time. So it's the technology, because we're being pushed away to use the technology, because of the pandemic. We all became isolated,
Yeah.
and we became a lonely people. And then the technology was the only tool that to make it,
Dependence, yeah, we
connecting.
had, yeah.
But these connections, over depending on the technology, gonna do something else. And I felt that was the time that we start believing the technology,
Yeah.
the ever first time, and now technology start, taking the power. And now actually we're in a time, technology decided to go by themselves
Yeah,
alone
yeah.
and dictating us, like, and I think we are overpowering the technology now,
Okay.
and we are losing our intelligence into it. So,
Yeah.
and I think the technology will take over other things, not just
Not just
corporate,
our
but
emotions,
also in
yeah.
the war on, everything
Yeah,
can,
yeah.
so
Can
can
be
be-
influenced
yeah.
by that. And also the element of environment that is there in the movie, that is beautifully captured, Sri Lanka and the nature of that, because it closely resembles the element of spirituality that has to be there and the connection. So, how important was it for you to have that nature captured and the sounds of the movie truly captured to complete the vision that you had?
But I can say about the environment. Well, I mean, as Indira pointed out, the inner world, that
Yeah.
it's a film about, not about the chaos on the surface.
Yeah.
It's more
inner
inner
case, yeah.
expression.
Mhm.
So spirituality is what I see. It's an inner expression.
Yeah.
It's something happening within us.
Within ourselves.
And everything's happening within us. So the nature is the reflection of who we are. So that's what it's a film. When you watch the film, it takes you from the chaos and it travels to the deeper and
Deeper
deeper, and
inside.
at the end,
Yeah.
believing yourself, because
Okay.
to make people powerful again.
Yeah.
Because of technology, we are losing our power.
Yeah.
The film idea is to bring back the power
Power
into the
from inside.
voice of human being. Yes.
Yeah.
You want to say something?
Right.
No, I mean, the film itself speaks, what is, eco chain, the environment and technology, and then you bring out that spirituality. I mean, the environment itself speaks about the spirituality.
Very true. So if you have any more questions.
I have a question for the producer and the director. Whenever you're making a science fiction movie, there's a tendency to. Whenever you're making a science fiction movie, there's a tendency to make sure that you're doing the world building correctly because you don't want to alienate the audience, because you're introducing a new world to the audience. But this movie was also very character driven, and Anandi's character was so emotional, especially in the first 40 minutes. It was very sad. And so I want to ask you, when you're writing the movie, what do you like to work on more? Is it the world building part or the character building part?
Well, it's the character, yes, and then moving into the world building part. Well, I mean, the science fiction, what we used to see, it's in a Hollywood sort of. Hollywood is they are the masters who speak about. I mean, it seems to simply say that we can't imagine the future from the third world, right? So I wanted to break that pattern. Why only Hollywood can make science fiction, not us? That kind of what is that? So I mean, that's the one thing that it's still this film is it's taking a difficult trip, because the audiences are not used to take science fiction from our part of the world. Usually, what science fiction means all about aliens, and now we're becoming alienated by technology. Nobody wants to speak about it, and I think that's an idea, So we want to propose something, and it's not that every producer would like to do that. And thanks to Neela again, because he said, no, let's make it. It's a challenging film. It's not an easy film. Yeah. So it's a science fiction in that sense. It's not a science fiction that used to be like an alien or what you see in a mainstream cinema. This is more like an in-expression film that goes from the character, emotional world, and then trauma, nostalgia, and then and the guilt, and then building the world at the end. Yes. Is it enough? I don't know.
Yes. Any more questions? Okay, so I think it has like conveyed the emotions you had, the experience you had. So we are all, those who have not watched the movie, I would request you all to go back and watch it, because it's going to be a very intense experience, a very memorable experience, and something about the future, because it's about technology and what the future would bring to us. So thank you so much, Team Spying Stars, for joining us today. We had a wonderful experience with you all. So we would like to request you to come forward and receive the mementos from Team IFFI.
Thank you. It's your phone? Yeah. Okay, sorry. Is it AI?